Logic plays RL, yeah. I didn't expect it myself. I also didn't know Logic was Ukrainian, but that's what his Steam profile says. So I guess he is. It's going to be a tough one though. I have to give OSM the edge in this matchup. I do expect him to come out on top. Not just because of his experience playing in show matches on stream, but also because recently he's been looking pretty good in the show matches that he's played on stream. And although he's not as high rated right now as Logic in the 1v1 leaderboard, I definitely still have him coming out on top here. We'll see though, because there have been a couple of strong debut performances recently. Maybe this will be another one. OSM vs Logic Game 1. Let's get kicked off. He's named himself... Wait a minute. That's my fault! Oh no! I've turned on the anonymizer! No! Off! Oh! Turn it off! No! Ah, I didn't fix it! No, who's who? Right, I think this... Okay, OSM is Punch. And Logic is Imp. My bad. Well, at least that works. It's good to know that you can anonymize names. Been looking into the possibility of making a pretty cool video for YouTube where we're gonna have the anonymous names and you guys have to guess who's playing. That could be pretty fun. But for now we've got Poncho, aka OSM, 1-0 up with this pretty sweet air dribble. Logic's gonna have to watch out for those in the future. Whoa, prize pool donation from Pap Smurf. Thanks to the 50 quid. I'll be sure to tell them. Now guys, the donation, what you call it, tracker, or I think it's called donation goal, isn't working right now, so I can't use that to automatically add donations to a prize pool. But if you do want to donate to prize pool, just donate using the donate button underneath my stream here, and then I'll add it in. I'll just assume that all donations are for the prize pool in case somebody forgets to write a message. OSM trying to catch out Logic with a fancy flick, but it's going to be Logic scoring, and he will put it in after a couple extra touches just to make sure. It's like 100,000 or 100. Why did I say 100,000? It's like 100 Australian dollar. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty strong currency, but hey, the pound might be tanking pretty soon. Nice 50-50 by Logic. Is that going to roll in? It is actually. An Imp takes the 2-1 lead. That's a pretty solid start. I like that 50-50. He waits for OSM to hit the ball into him, and then dodges late to guarantee the win. Louis, thanks for the Prime sub, brand new, welcome. Timo, thanks for the 10-month Prime, welcome back. I think we've mentioned everybody so far, but if I forgot you, as always, not intentional. Be sure to let one of my mods know and they'll pass on the info. That is essentially an open net miss for OSM. Of course, Logic was in the goal. He was blocking the middle portion of the net, but bottom right corner, top right corner, and everything in between was wide open, so he should be scoring from this range. And not only that, but he's conceded on the counter-attack. He's going to be having to come back from behind now. There was a typical reverse challenge following a fake challenge from OSM. People are a lot more ready for that these days, so it's not going to take people off guard as much as it used to. And Logic's actually going to get an air dribble goal of his own. 4-1. Looking solid. OSM, after letting his guard down a few times early this game, I think has given Logic the confidence that he needs to start playing some good Rocket League. That's dangerous. You don't want to give a debut player confidence, because that's probably your biggest advantage coming in with the experience of playing in the live stream environment. So you're going to probably run into a player who's making mistakes every now and then. That's a cheeky shot attempted there by Logic. I like it. OSM got the block this time. But overall, he is taking some very low-risk plays and really threatening to get the ball past OSM in the midfield every single time. Let's see if he can keep that up with the consistency. It looks like he will. OSM almost caught out too far away from the goal. Yeah, do remind me, guys, in case I forget to mention between games that there's 50 quid. Oh, well, that's a little bit fortunate, but it works. Logic with a demo, wide open net, decides to flip cancel the shot, and he actually lands after the ball's rebounded down the way and puts it in with good fortune. Now, he'll want to make sure to be scored in every open net he gets. That's one thing. It's easy to get inside your head if you're missing them. Fantastic save there by Logic, no ball cam, just to keep an eye on what was happening in front of him. See, flip cancels are essential. Alright, fair enough. I always said they're situational. There's some guy watching my stream yesterday who said that flip cancels just always give more power than dodges, which is not true. Situationally they can, but it's not like black and white. It's a yes or no answer. I think controlled though by Logic. He is giving OSM so few openings to exploit. And not only that, but he is looking very deadly every time he does get his hands on the ball. OSM is going to get one shot attempted, but it's another demo for Logic to keep him back. Straight away turns around on the counter. OSM smashed into his own net. Logic makes his way to the edge of the box, still in control of the ball. The possession stats for this game are so one-sided. OSM pinch shot, absolutely smashes it, but it's gone straight down the line. And Logic is back in control. This is really quite a good example of what to do if you have a lead in Rocket League 1v1. Just keep on controlling the ball so your opponent doesn't even have a chance to come back. There's been openings for OSM, but not enough to bring back a 4-goal lead, that's for sure. So he does try to dodge upside down for another goal. Not going to work out. Then Logic's used his second jump, and he only gets a slight touch on the ball. He's going fast track down the middle towards his own net. OSM, delicate touch towards Logic's net. It's aerial plays being traded left and right. But Logic is still the one solid in the lead, and he didn't overcommit there for another goal after his first touch was heavy, which is very solid play once again. OSM finds an opening on the counter this time. It was very close. I like what I saw there from Logic. He didn't all in for the tight angle rebound when he's already up by 4 goals. No need to try and score a really tight angle rebound like that when you've got a lead like this. That is most likely going to result in a miss, which would give OSM another chance to score. Logic this time will miss. He's got to recover fast, but that's exactly what he's going to do. OSM is running out of time here. 20 seconds left. He needs to score in the next few, or else it is going to be Logic taking game 1. OSM goes off to the right hand side. A pretty inefficient path down the middle here, and he doesn't have enough boost for the dish. It's going to be game 1 to Logic. OSM can't have been expecting such a solid performance to come out of his opponent here. He told me that he's not played against Logic recently. I think Logic used to go by the name It's Picar, if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that, because I think that's possibly what his name used to be, but I'm not 100% sure. Imp versus Poncho. Can't believe I've done this. Let me just check. Maybe his Steam profile will tell what his name used to be. Oh yeah, 50 quid. Yeah, I'll tell them now. 50 quid prize pool, by the way. Now it's between games. It's pretty, I think, a better time to save it, to say it. Let them just focus on a game first of all. Right, Logic's his past name. Okay, his only past name on his current Steam account is No Brain, so that doesn't really tell us anything. OSM's gonna get the early leader. Oh no, he's not. He's missed it. Another open net miss for OSM. It's, I think, the second one today, but that has been a real problem for him recently. Logic doesn't have much boost, but I don't think OSM realized just how much of an advantage he had there. Good respawn boost pick up by Logic, but he gets beaten to it by OSM, and surely this time he can score. Yes, he will. Good speed into position. 4:20 on the clock. Logic's down by 1. Lucas, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. And Papa Smurf RL, cheers for the 25 months and the tier 3. I'll go and bash that into the tier 3 dock. That's, I think you're only 1 at the moment. You're only tier 3 in the dock, if I'm not mistaken. Try not to misspell your name, as Logic surely ties up the game. Well played with the accuracy though. That's not the easiest open net in the world, but he makes good on it. Alright, let's see how you got it. Oh, there we go. I forgot the hotkeys for a second there. Lantern Kid, thanks for the 29 months Prime. Welcome back, buddy. Hope you're having a fantastic day. The preset from Logic. He's having to use quite a lot of boosts here, but oh, did he just save his own shot? The initial touch was over to OSM. He got a second one and may have knocked it into the bar with that last touch. Looked like it might have been hitting the bar anyway, but only just. Look at the demos though by Logic. This is something we usually see from OSM, but he is getting dominated right now with these aggressive plays, and he didn't even have a clue. He just had no idea that Logic was coming for him. So he's going to up the awareness, or Logic could be taking a 2-game lead. Certainly with how this one is going. Impressive stuff. I've never seen Logic play before today, by the way. So I have no idea what his playstyle preferences are. But, oh, that's a great shot by OSM. We need to take a look at this from his perspective. Absolutely perfect into the top corner. Like I was saying though, it seems like Logic is going to be preferring possession control and demos. He's got any openings for demos, he is going for them. And of course most players are these days. But there's a few who will prioritize boost or ball control over a potential demo. Doesn't seem like Logic's one of them though. Every time he's got that line up, he's trying to make it happen. Great save. OSM's shot. Quite a lot of pace on it. Logic doesn't have much boost here, but he will try and go ahead of the ball for the bump once again. OSM gets to stop and picks up boost in the back corner. He's really moved off aggressively here. I don't think he was expecting Logic to take to the sky or even take a long shot. He must have been reading a light first touch or a complete fake or a catch, because there is no other reason to move off the goal line there if he's expecting a high pop of any sort. The one thing that you do have to consider is that when Logic is that close to the ball, it is more difficult for him to see what OSM is doing if he has ball cam on. So maybe that's what OSM was thinking. But it could also just have been an attempted rush challenge gone wrong. 12 boost for OSM. Open net. Logic spawns far side. Can't get there. And OSM's going to get a bit of revenge. He's tied up the game and caught Logic on the sidewall at the same time. That was a bit careless by Logic. He knew that OSM was coming for him and he didn't put himself in a safe place. I think there jumping might have been a necessity. He wanted to keep control of the ball, but sometimes it's just too dangerous to do so. OSM slams the flick attempt from Logic back towards his own half. Flip reset for OSM. Doesn't get much on the flick, or else it would have been good. But he's still in control for the time being. Logic uses all 12 boosts that he had to great effect though, and that is just about as good as an outcome as he could have hoped for. 4-3 inside the final 2 minutes now. OSM is struggling. He had a pretty big boost advantage there, but Logic used the little that he did have to its maximum potential. Barside 76 thanks to the 7-month prime. Silent Snowman 97 with a brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome. How are you guys doing today? Logic in control once again. This is dangerous for OSM because when Logic got the ball and 100 boosts in the last game, minutes were going by and OSM didn't have realistic chances for any of them. Is it going to be a repeat? Logic actually had an open net. I don't think he realized how far out of the game OSM was. This time he corrects his earlier misplay and he will jump to avoid the bump in the corner. OSM is still, as you can see, struggling to get back in control of the ball and his boost total simultaneously. Another open net miss for Logic. He doesn't jump in the corner, gets taken out again. Second time he's made that mistake this game. OSM is looking for the fast track down the middle. Misses it. The rebound is good though. That'll be the tie game. Careless for Logic. He gave OSM so much space. Decided to cross all the way over to the right hand side and missed the boost in the process. So with 1 minute and 7 seconds left, OSM catches a little bit of a breather there. Misplays from Logic. Kick-off goal. Straight down the middle. OSM saves it well. Logic tries to get it over him a second time, and he will. It's wide open, but OSM's back just in time. With just about 50 on the clock. Can OSM get back in front? It's not the best flip reset attempt, and Logic has so much boost. OSM's just giving it to him. And if you're going to make a play that risky, you have to make it count. You have to at least land the flip reset, threaten it. Logic could see that OSM had messed it up. Knew he had the freebie to just move in, take the ball for free. He's not going for the side boost here though, is Logic. He stayed on the ball, even though the side boost was available. Will he regret that decision as now OSM is coming for him? No, he won't yet at least. OSM's missed way to the left of the goal. That might be a 2-goal lead for Logic. OSM is out of position again. Gets back really well though. Logic doesn't need another goal. He's still got that 1-goal lead. And he is wasting time wonderfully here. 13 seconds left. Can OSM get his hands on the ball? Logic is just staring at him, looking at his every move. And he is going to try and close this one out. with consistency. He could just hit this back into his corner and win. Well played. Logic locks it in 2-0. And OSM's going to go for the car change, try and switch something up. Definitely needs something to switch up here because he's getting wrecked overall in the demos aspect of the game. Got a couple back, which is good. But if we look at the series as a whole, he's definitely still down a lot in total demos. I'm impressed though. Logic is playing very consistently. Rare to see a debut player win in this style. We've seen debut players pop off before. They're you know, scoring all kinds of crazy goals and maybe conceding a couple of silly goals, but overall winning because they can keep up their consistency for long enough. But Logic is just controlling the game. He's not just sitting back and defending against OSM's relentless pressure. He's actually bringing threatening offense to the table as well. We'll see if he can get another win. Fantastic dodge by Logic to take control of the ball as well as save an early shot from OSM. There's another shot ripped from distance. Logic gets the boost in the back corner somehow. OSM sent back into his half. Looking a little bit dodgy. This isn't the best position for OSM. Logic's got him completely boost starved here. And if anything that we've seen so far this series is going to remain true, so Logic is not going to take any risks when he's in those positions. He's not forcing the issue. Yes, a goal right now would be nice, but he doesn't need a goal right now. This time he will jump into the corner, but a bit too early actually. Logic's still having some problems avoiding those corner demos, corner bumps. That time the only thing that kept him alive was the fact that OSM wasn't moving supersonic, and OSM does get the next goal regardless. Just allowed to sneak in, get nice and close to the ball there was OSM. Logic didn't do too much to scare him away from it. There was no real threat of a pop or an outplay. Logic might have just conceded possession again. Slight misplay there. But OSM's not in the best position to be creating goal scoring opportunities either. Really wants to try his best though, and how about that? OSM rips a shot out of nowhere. Logic with a great goal line save as well. That shot from OSM surprising me for sure. Surprised Logic, there's no doubt about that. Logic will try and keep this one as close to the near post as he can. Doesn't want OSM to get a good clear or counter attack. That touch however is not what he was looking for. He's just giving it straight to his opponent. Still doesn't look like Logic is panicking too much. He's waiting for his time to come, and there it is, wide open net across the field, and I think he's just done enough to slot it in. He didn't look too confident in the run-up, but OSM, after trying to surprise Logic with an aerial, has done no more than pass him the ball. We're still all tied up. Milkman Maniac, thanks for the 500 bits, asking when's the next 4. Big fan of your content. The next 4 and the next lore games are postponed for the time being. I think League of Rockets, that's lore, is going to post a tweet about that pretty soon, giving some more information. But yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know about it. Follow me and, well, follow League of Rockets on Twitter as well. And you won't miss anything about the 4 and the lore games. Inule Kappa DM. I don't know how to say this properly. I feel like I'm butchering some French right now. Thanks for your 500 bits. Hello also to Future You. And that's a big thing that we just witnessed there. Logic managed to avoid a corner demo. It's something that he's been struggling with this series. Doesn't get baited into the side boost position, as OSM was hoping. More patient play from Logic, and OSM's getting frustrated. That is plain to see. Delayed touch on the air dribble. Logic backs up OSM once again, and the second shot's going to be too good. Tell you what, OSM is not looking good this series relative to Logic. I mean, he's not looked awful. He's not looked bad. He's not been anywhere near as consistent with his aerial plays as he usually is. But besides that, I think he's just been a bit caught off guard by this playstyle that Logic's bringing to the table. It's such a controlled style. Very high 1v1 IQ here on display. Reminds me of a playstyle that Rottweiler was able to beat OSM with, I think, twice. Did he beat him twice? Or did he beat Ixo twice? I forget. I know Rottweiler definitely beat OSM and Ixo in his first 2 show matches on stream, and it was similar to this, just playing very, very patient, very solid. Like a few misplays. And how about that for consistency? Logic has got to have surprised OSM with the confidence to go for this as early as he did. OSM was ready to challenge on the bounce, but Logic is up way before then. A boost-starved Logic as well, I might add. And he's up by 2 goals. He scored the last 3 in this game. OSM just can't find a way to get this man to be uncomfortable. Now, can he get the ball under control as well? This is the other question. Logic is not easy to get the ball off, it would seem. OSM is going to be keeping his flick consistency nice and high, though. So he puts in a goal. Logic backed off quite far and only had 12 boosts to show for it after he arrived back in his net. Not the best pathing backwards into his own half. Still, though, a 1-goal lead for the newcomer. More ball control after the kickoff. It's too close to the wall for OSM to think about going for. Logic again. Quick read on a wall bounce. The fact that OSM only needs 1 goal now changes everything. He doesn't have the same urgency as before, and he's going to keep on going for those flicks. They have been pretty impressive today. Let's see if he can line up another one. Logic trying to sneak in a position for the demo. It's a pretty big dunk on it. He's going to try another tight angle rebound. This one is much harder than the one he did earlier, and he has missed it and given OSM a freebie down the middle. And that might be the turning point of the series. We've not seen anything like that from Logic so far. He didn't try the risky rebound in game 1, I believe it was, when he already had a 4-goal lead. He tried it in game 3 with a 1-goal lead. And that is pretty big. That shows a playstyle switch up, and not a good one in my opinion. That's an unnecessary risk. And it must be the nerves getting to him. You can see he's just thinking, oh, it would be so nice if I could get a 2-goal lead back. And then I would have such a big advantage, but it looks like OSM is now the one who's taking control. His Logic has just lost all reason. Now he's going for all kinds of plays that we didn't see from him earlier. 26 seconds left. He's down by 1. So OSM starts the comeback. Logic in control after the kickoff though. Drops it into a flat dribble, straight back into the bounce, and then the ball carry. OSM gets 1 save, but Logic at the near post. Double rebound, and we're all tied up. That is more like what you want to see. He backs up OSM, not with an overly extravagant play, but with a solid flick from the deck, and then after he's got the open net to shoot at, takes his time with it. He didn't rush like he did last time. Sweep is still on the cards. Logic decides not to play the ball before going for the corner boost. That's going to give OSM a chance to win this one before regulation time is over. It's still there for him, and he's put it in at the near post. 0-second goal for OSM. GG. Logic will be wishing he made any touch on the ball there. On his way back to net. Great strike by OSM, as he's been plagued by open nets recently. It's good to see him finally getting the gap and looking like he's gonna make this series a bit harder for Logic to win. Dr. Parker 135, cheers to the Prime sub. N Chief, thanks to the 15-month Prime. Definitely a poggers there for OSM. GG last game. He said GG last game at the start of game 3 because in game 2 he left to change his car before he said GG. So he said GG after, just to show that he wasn't, showing any disrespect. So I'm okay with this. I think you guys should be as well. Great start here for OSM. Fakes the boost race, turns around, bangs in another one. 1-0. Logic has got to be feeling the heat a little bit now, because everything was going right for him. He was frustrating OSM. OSM was the one who was giving away free goals out of the two of them. Logic didn't look like he had too many weaknesses, but now OSM has had a couple of free goals himself, and Logic's looking vulnerable. The Raging Mule, thanks to the 10-month Prime. Welcome back. And also to Wasuan with the 3-month Prime. Welcome back to you also. Demo attempted and landed from Logic. Right back into the game 1 style. Now OSM spawned on the preferable side here, but Logic still gets it past him, and that is a very well executed play, because he would have liked for OSM to spawn on the right hand side there so he could line up a monstrous ground shot. But the fact that OSM's challenged early has given Logic the opening. He did not hesitate to take it. Close games once again. Could ask Logic what his camera settings are. Nah, to be honest, they look pretty standard. I think they look pretty normal. If you find them, you can ask him yourself, but I don't usually ask people for their camera settings because I don't know. They both look like the same to me. OSM's got a bit less stiffness, but yeah, so what? Same thing. It's all standard now. Everybody's got similar settings apart from Lethamyr. Literally everybody's got similar settings apart from Lethamyr. Who doesn't have like normalish settings? What other Rocket League pro? I can't think of any. Close. For Logic, after another demo, the flip was just off target. Just going to go past to the right hand side. Ixo, well, I mean, yeah, Ixo, that's because he changes them on purpose. Logic will get a 1-goal lead. He's managed to pop the ball over to OSM one too many times here, maybe two too many times, because OSM was trying to get a 50-50 there. Logic knows that, so instead of focusing on putting the ball on target as early as possible, he's just focusing on getting it past OSM. And then, when it is more intelligent to do so, he puts it on target. I love that Logic is not going for the boost there. That's really smart. He didn't want to give OSM a chance for a free shot. Came in with the interference. OSM, great catch. He's managed to scoop this one past Logic. He knows it's not going to be open though for long. And Logic, although he has low boost, should be okay because OSM is backwards and not on a very healthy boost total himself. OSM trying to challenge in reverse. How about that? He's actually scored out of this. And not many players have got as much experience with the reverse challenge as this guy. He's half flipped through it just to make sure that he can be there to follow up if he does win the challenge. We are all tied up once again. OSM still in the hunt for that reverse sweep. Logic's only sweeping option is now off the cards. Oh, OSM couldn't get there. It looks like this was not quite possible to save. Let's take another look. So OSM dodging once early. It was maybe possible to save with a better dodge. I don't know. It would have been close either way. Either way, he was going to be completely out of boost in his own goal, and Logic would have had 100 at the edge of the box with the ball. It's not a good position for OSM to be in either way. Pretty safe flick by Logic. It's gone in. OSM once again struggling with his low boost plays. He misses one boost pad. That would definitely have helped him out a lot, but it looks like he's actually just oversteered. He's way off his goal line unnecessarily. Must have been thinking about putting in another challenge, but the fact that Logic is flicking before he can get anywhere near him kind of takes that option away from OSM. Flakes has a different camera. Yeah, pretty, not that much though. It's pretty normal, I would say. You can choose which side of the which side of the field you spawn on by holding a direction on the D-pad. No way, can you? I don't believe this. Why have I never heard this before? Logic 5-2. OSM has not saved any of Logic's last few offensive plays this game. In fact, I don't remember last time Logic's shot and OSM has gotten a touch on it. This is looking really, really bad for OSM. Credit to Logic though. After kind of throwing game 3, I mean, I wouldn't call it a full-on throw because there was definitely an element of OSM just coming back strong in it, but he did throw away a few goals for free, and that could have tilted him. But he's actually staying really, really solid here, which after seeing game 1 and 2 in this series is not too surprising. But final minutes where it's at, can he keep it up the entire time? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. OSM missing a missed flip reset from Logic, but it's Logic with the early challenge. Actually just gets a bump on OSM. That's enough to send the ball wide of the net, but OSM's in an advantageous spot here. Could look for a bump actually. Instead he's going to take the ball all the way back into his own half. Yeah, spawning after demo is random. Yeah, I thought so. I've always said this is the only randomness in the game. Great demo by OSM. That might be the best one he's had all series. Starts a air dribble from beyond the halfway line. Gets the last touch at the edge of the box, and then after that he just flies ahead. Only one thing on his mind. Scream Bee Machine, thanks to the 6-month tier 1. And MF Child, thanks to the brand new Prime. CN Flint, or FLT rather, thanks to the 2-month Prime. I think that's everybody, but cheers guys once again for all the Primes. And of course, big shout out to all of the YouTube viewers who swing by just to drop it off. Oh yeah, OSM's got to be hitting those. He was probably thinking that he could clip it with a dodge and get a preferable angle on the save. Looks like it was just turning into a whiff though. The double jump would have guaranteed to hit. Here, Scrod Test, thanks for the sevens. I'm going to go ahead and pause Brian on that one right now. Oh, Logic almost got the save here with the in and out save. Check this out. So he's afraid of OSM's bump attempt again. And it's actually a miss because he's dodged as well. That's both players conceding because they dodge instead of double jumping. A double jump would have been a save there for Logic. Just like a double jump would have been a save for OSM at the other end of the field. 54 seconds left. Logic's up by 1 goal. This is a best of 5, so if he can stay up front here, he will win it all. Oh, OSM should have been scored in that, but he's put it in afterwards. And Logic was not expecting that. OSM didn't activate his boost early enough, missed the ball mid-air, but stuck around anyway, and he slotted it in the bottom corner. Great awareness of where the goal was going to be over his shoulder, but wow, I really expected OSM to score that after the free aerial at the edge of the box presented itself. Your name is Conflict. Ah, sorry, I couldn't read it because it looks like Conflict. Too many letters missing, couldn't read, my bad. A chance for OSM to take a late lead in game 4. Incorporates a bit of a backflip into his flick just to keep himself at the edge of the box so he can keep on attacking. And with all of these attacks, the boost dwindles for Logic until a power clear comes in and he can start all over again. Now he's looking for a demo on the back wall. OSM sees it come and stays away from danger. Looks like OSM might be the last one to attack in this game, but it's not the most difficult flick for Logic to save. He avoids OSM's bump, sees him back off to the midfield. And now Logic's got a chance on 0, which OSM stops. Both players. Good defense at the end of game 4. OSM needs this win if he's going to stay alive in the series. Of course, if he does win it, you have to give him the favor, or you have to favor him going on into the next game. Great save by Logic. He's landed inside the goal though, and that means that OSM can keep on attacking. And he's got a wide open net in the next 50-50, and he takes it. OSM ties up the series. Logic just couldn't get the right 50-50 here. OSM says he didn't deserve that at all. He doesn't feel like he played a good game here, but he just did enough. Sometimes that's all you need to do. You don't need to win in style every single game. You just need to make sure you get that W. Into game 5 we go. It's all game 5s these days. Everything's all game 5. What is this? What is this copy pasta? I've never seen this before. Who is Logic? Saxit, thanks for 100 bits. Logic is current top 10 1v1 player from Ukraine in Europe. And this is his stream debut against OSM, where he's looked pretty impressive all the way through. But certainly towards the latter half of this series, the nerves have been a little bit more present, a little bit more obvious to see. And now he's got the toughest challenge that he's had all day. Can he beat OSM in a game 5? This is somewhere that OSM is very familiar. Good back off by Logic. He's starving OSM a boost, and now the starve is completed. OSM is dry. Logic puts it in for 1-0. Guys, you can stop spamming this. I've already read it in my head. I read it already. Sorry, I didn't read it out loud, but I read it. I mean, where did this one come from? Who started this? It must have been... please tell me it was somebody messaging like a Rocket League e-girl. That would be hilarious. Oh, Logic gets another goal. OSM tries to sneak in with a ball chase. But Logic smelled it coming. The double jump was sufficient. It was you, it was you. Aha, you guys are all so clever. Very, very funny. Go on, tell me, whose stream did it start in? Who is the origin? Twitch chat. Pretty sure it was Doomsy. Really? What? Doomsy said this? You found it in Steam comments. Whose Steam comment? I mean, yeah, it does look like something that somebody would leave on a girl gamer's Steam. Or just, you know, somebody who has a girl for their profile picture on Steam. Great save by Logic. He's trying to pick up some small pads here to keep himself ready for the next one. Pre-jump, stop at the near post. And that's going to back up OSM a little bit, not too far though, so Logic's still in a really rough position. OSM should be scoring here. He's got a lot of the goal to aim at, but Logic stopped it as the shot wasn't quite good enough. It looks like his shot is also going to miss the target. And an accuracy plaguing both players here. And Logic still has the goal lead by 2. It's not the strongest lead looking at last game or the one before. Logic's trying to get into position here, trying to read OSM's touch or landing. And he will catch him. OSM tried to jump, but actually just made it even harder for him to get away. But look at that spawn block. OSM lands in the perfect position after he respawns, trips up Logic, and now he's got a chance to score. He almost puts it in. What a turnaround that would have been. Rocket League RNG coming up huge for OSM there. Now, Logic's the one who comes out in a very narrow win. OSM was trying to push him away and ended up just pushing him into the boost, which he would have needed to finish off that offensive play. A little bit unfortunate for both players, taking turns to be the unfortunate one. It looks like OSM is going to take one back. Logic could have owned goal, but he left it just to waste a little bit more time. He didn't want to put it in his own net. Could he have saved this? Probably not. The landing was a bit too awkward. He used the D-pad trick. Yeah. The D-pad trick that doesn't work. Imagine. What do you guys think? Should there be a way to choose which side you spawn on in Rocket League? I'm okay if there is. I think it would be fun. But if you're allowed to choose where you spawn, I think it would also be better if it shows the opponents where you're going to spawn. Like it lights up on the ground where you're about to appear. Almost an open net for Logic. Thinks about rebounding, but wisely decides against it. Okay, this is what I'm proposing here for the demo change. So right now, whenever you respawn from a demo, it's completely random. Neither you, nor your teammates, nor the other team know where you're going to appear. Where's the fun in that? That's just silly. No, like, they're just random. Randomness is not fun. It could be funny. Like, oh, lol, that guy spawned and he accidentally tackled this guy. But there's no skill involved. If you want to bring skill into it, then, like, yeah, you'll be able to choose left or right using your D-pad maybe. Or using like some hotkeys in your keyboard. But as soon as you do, it reveals to the opponents where you're going to be as well. So then both teams have are getting a benefit, right? You can choose where you want to spawn, but when you do, it like lights up or has a shadow of a car that's about to appear. I don't know, something like that. They should know as well. That's what I'm saying. That's what I reckon. Your Logic is just beating OSM to the punch every single time here. It's looking a lot like the lead that he garnered for himself in game 4. Just waits and waits until OSM can't recover and then sends the ball on target. Every shot before this is just to put OSM out of position, to make things difficult for him, try and make his life as hard as humanly possible. And if OSM doesn't get control of the ball really soon, I honestly don't see him winning this one. Logic with a 4-goal lead in game 1, comfortably held on long enough to win the game. And this is the exact same position, not just the same 4-goal lead. It's also 5-1 repeatedly. A minute left. Logic does give the ball away a little bit freely, but OSM has no boost and has to give it right back. That's not the best play by Logic. He just walked right into danger, and OSM's going to post pinch it in. So there's still a chance. Very, very difficult comeback out of OSM, but he's played his win condition pretty well there. Just stuck in a challenge as early as he could. That's what you got to do if you're down by this much. Logic really should have seen that coming. He's got to drop the bounce dribble or the ball carry into a 50-50 on purpose there. He just has to. Or make an early flick play. Logic's kickoffs continue to impress. OSM, great save and a great recovery. He is coming straight down the middle, but no, he's missed it again. OSM, you've got to be scoring that. You just have to score those if you're going to win. And he's miscontrolled this one as well. That's 2 goals OSM could have scored. And both of them have gone wide of the target. And with now only 20 seconds left, it looks like this might be impossible. It's still OSM in control, still a really favourable position. And he will eventually get his goal. But without a kickoff goal, he doesn't have a chance. He could have scored this 20 seconds ago.
Would you look at that? That's some time. How's your day, bud?
My day's going pretty good. Would have loved to see a scripted ending here, but OSM's not scored it early enough by the looks of things. Oh, hold on a second. Logic's beamed it. And OSM's got a chance to keep his game alive. And Logic's going to shut it down. What a save. You know, after missing the ball, if he'd conceded that goal, I could have easily seen a kickoff goal happening and a tilted Logic just not been able to gather his composure, because you think, oh nice, I'm going to be up 6-3. Wait a minute, never mind. That's a goal for my opponent. But yeah, he did well. That's a great stop at the end there. OSM must have thought that he had done enough to make it 5-4 before 0 seconds, before Logic came flying across. OSM says he sucked today, but he also says it was a pleasure playing against Logic, so kind words there from OSM, despite the loss. And yeah, looking promising for Logic. He had quite a few nervous moments at the end there, but yeah, he was really, really solid, very consistent throughout. And even the weaknesses that he had earlier on in the series, like getting demoed a lot in the corner, like getting caught out with bumps, he managed to correct that mid-series, which is impressive. And he will go home with 50 quid in his pocket.